Today, something a little bit different. I wanted to discuss what it takes to be a good golf coach and maybe give you guys and girls some insight into what you might want to look for when it comes to a golf coach. I've been doing this since I was 18 years old. I turned pro when I was 17. Started coaching when I was 18. You had a year where you could coach juniors as a coach back then, but I've been doing it 18. I'm now 48, so I've been doing this for 30 years. And I'm going to hit some balls as we go along, and we'll talk a little bit about how I see golf coaching and what I believe amateur golfers need when it comes to hitting better shots than that. And so that's probably one of the worst shots I've ever hit on camera. And I'll give you an analogy. My wife and I own a horse, and little Barney, our dog, a working Cocker Spaniel, and my wife goes along and she has lessons, and so the trainer stands in the middle of the ring, and as Laura goes around, the trainer is in the middle of the menage and he's saying, oh, pull your right arm in, tuck your right hip away, push him on, keep your hands still. And what ends up happening is I have to walk away because I get frustrated at the fact that there is a belief that if every shot is analysed, if every moment of the coach watching my wife ride, that you could have this running narrative of things to change, that somehow and way there is a way that rider will get better. In the same way, I've seen so many coaches coach people, and every swing has an analysis. So one swing, you hit a shot and the ball draws down the left. The coach goes, oh, you did this on that one. Oh, okay, great. So I'll fix that. And then all of a sudden, now the ball goes out to the right. And then the narrative is, oh, you want to do a little bit more of this. And then all by chance, all of a sudden, you get one to go a little bit straighter. I think when you're looking to improve your golf game, what you need to do, and when you're looking for a golf coach, is you need someone to have a vision. You need to walk into the room, you need to walk in front of your golf coach, and they need to be able to give you an idea of where they're going to take you. What is the bedrock of their coaching? What is their vision? How are they going to move you forwards? What do they see as your weaknesses? And I think as golfers, you want to feel like you can move your game forwards with some sort of trajectory. And I think that's what this platform, YouTube, has given me, an opportunity to share my thoughts with a growing community that some like, some don't like, but that's okay. I take the bad criticism as I do the good criticism or good critiques. So when you're looking for an instructor and when you're looking to improve your game, you also then need to think about, well, how long am I going to give this? How long am I going to give this instruction time to actually make an impact on my game? Now, sometimes it can be really quick, and often the case when someone stands in front of me, they turn up with a light angle of attack. Their angle of attack is like 1 degree up, 2 degrees up, and all of a sudden they've got no angle of attack there. They're hitting poor shots, and normally with the right changes, and you might have seen it in a few of my lesson videos. One of them is up on the top there. You'll suddenly see them make a couple of swings, and all of a sudden they're back to hitting down 4 or 5 degrees down and start pushing the golf ball out nicely. Now, if you see things changing quite quickly, I think that's a really big moment in a golfer. that wow moment, that moment that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I see so often many people that come on my lesson tee that have gone down a journey with golf coaching with very little in the way of improvement, which everybody, every golf coach across the globe is trying to help you play better golf. It's in their interest to help you to play better golf. But my slight issue with the way the golf instruction is around the world these days, that we very quickly succumb to all of the imagery and the sexiness about improving a golfer over and above some real core fundamentals, and then think about how we need to move. So I would really advise you that when you're embarking on this journey of improving, keep it simple. Try to pick an area of your game that you can dedicate to improving, whether it might be your angle of attack. But not only when you start to get a better angle of attack, see how far, in this instance, let's talk about angle of attack, see how far you can push it. Can you go from being that guy or girl that has a very light angle of attack, barely any downstrike at all, to that golfer that all of a sudden could actually go out there and hit down a significant amount and really improve that angle of attack by some 8 degrees? If you're able to do that, if you're able to feel like if there is one ingredient out of all of these ingredients that are so important that you can all of a sudden grab hold of, and you've got an opportunity to turn the volume up and turn the volume down to the point that you've got that angle of attack in your pocket, it's hopefully there forever. And so then at that point, you can move on. So whatever your ingredient that you're looking to change, and it might come in the way of hip turn. Are you someone that has a bit of a slide? Or if you've got a bit of a slide, create hip turn, but don't just go a little bit, go loads of it, even more hip turn, to the point where you've gone from a golfer that's got lots of slide and barely any hip turn, barely any shoulder turn, cutting across it and slicing it out to the right, to all of a sudden being that guy or girl that can now get his or her hip turn inside, around, and all of a sudden you can get your club path from the inside and start drawing it. So whatever it is that you're looking to change, focus on it. If you believe that that ingredient is the one for you, stay there. Stay focused on it. Keep on improving it to the point that you have mastery over that area. And then once you've done that, so you've then got your hip, you've got your angle of attack in your pocket, you've got your path line in your pocket, then all of a sudden you might want to think about taking control of the face angle. Can you come in irrespective of where the ball ends up in the sky, but can you make the golf ball bend to the right? However you go about doing it, can you make that ball bend to the right? Once you can then consistently make that ball bend to the right, then consistently try to get that ball to bend to the left. So now all of a sudden you're in control of your face angle, you're in control of your angle of attack, you're in control of your path line. Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to master, don't move on too quickly. It's so easy to go, I'm going to change this, or I'm going to work on this area, and then going to move on. And that really is the job of the golf coach, having that vision of what it is you need to change that's right at the top of the pile to give you that wow moment, to give you the chance to play better golf and move yourself on down the road. And of course, every golf coach has a box of tools in front of him or her, the knowledge that him or her have within the picture that they see the golf game and golf swing as, to guide you down that journey. But going back to the analogy of the trainer that my wife used to see, that really gives you a different analysis on every shot, that becomes very difficult, because there's so many different ingredients that this TrackMan, if you use TrackMan, has to offer. That's why I focus it down to these 4 all of the time: the angle of attack, the club path, the face angle, and the face to path. Because when you master those 4 within how we move around the golf ball, it becomes so much easier so that when you start hitting shots, you have a much better idea of being able to get all of those data points to really hang out in a very neutral mode. And at that point, the game suddenly becomes much, much easier. So my hot tips, inspirations for you to go away and find a golf coach, if it's not me. You can find me on Skillist if you would like to work with me remotely or in person here at the home of Good Golf Coaching, Precision Golf, is number 1, find a golfer or golf coach that has a vision. Understand how they like to look at the golf swing and how they want to move forwards. If you see a golfer that contradicts themselves in any way, that's an amber light. Then once you feel like you've got an understanding of what they like, understand how they communicate. Is it direct? Are they able to be corrupted in when you come in? Are you able to push and pull the lesson around? Because if you are, you've then controlled that session and all of a sudden you're ruling the session when actually it should be the golf coach that should be dictating the session. So the communication skills of the golf coach is super important. How he articulates, how he's able to use technology, how he is able to share the message of his vision to move you down the road. And then how are you going to measure your success? How much time you put in, how much you can use data and technology to measure your improvements, and keep the time frame clear as to how long you're going to allow this journey to go on for before you draw a line in the sand and you move on. I think 3 months is always a really nice window. 3 months gives you that chance to apply some changes, work with it, move forwards. And that goes for a YouTube channel just like my one. But hopefully understanding what a good golf coach looks like, what you need to look for. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. In a good golf coach, and how your relationship with that golf coach, how you have to hold up your end of the bargain to give that golf coach the very best possibility of improving your game. It's something a little bit different. Thought it would be a very interesting topic to discuss. I'm very passionate about everyone playing their best golf, and I know the golf coaching community is certainly out there to do its best by you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It's the Christmas season. I hope you're enjoying it in the build up to 2025. It's going to be a cracking year for Good Golf Coaching. Stay with me. Thank you so much for all of your support in 2024. And that, my friends, is Good Coaching.